Hello, welcome to Around the House with Kay and Tom, and today I've got this beautiful little chuck roast here, and we'll put it in this Instant Pot over here and see if we can't make something really good out of it. And so first thing we're going to do is we'll go ahead and get it out and just season it up a little bit, so stand by. Okay, now I've got my McCormick Grill Mates mozzarella steak seasoning here I like to use on beef, so but I don't put a whole lot on it, that's plenty. So we'll spread that a little bit, put your little pepper on it, put a little salt on it, flip them over. And we'll do the same thing as this side. And there we go with the pepper. You can't put too much seasoning on some of it, because you got, well, if you consider anybody else, you don't put much seasoning on it because it might be too much for everybody else around. So you have to just do it a little bit at a time, and it's always easier to add it later on because you can't take it away later on. So now the next thing we're going to do. We'll come over here and turn on this saute button on this Instant Pot, and it's on for high, and it's got 30 minutes on it, but it don't matter about the time. And then we'll hit start. Okay, and that's on. Now while it's warming up just a little bit, today I've got granola oil, and we'll put down in here, and I'm just going to put enough in here to coat the bottom a little bit. I don't want much oil in it. And I'm not pouring as much in there as it looks like I am, folks. I'm just trying to let a little bit get in there so this meat can be touching it. Now this ceramic pot right here that I ordered for this supposedly non-stick pot, now it doesn't have quite as much crown in the bottom of it as the stainless steel does, so you don't have to put as much oil in there for your meat to be covered. For your meat to be on all of it. So you know what I mean. So I'll be back in there when it heats up. Okay, now it's been on a couple minutes, so we'll take this good looking piece of meat here and put down in there. Oh yeah, you hear it start to sizzle. Sizzle, sizzle. Now I'm just going to let that sit there for 3 or 4 minutes before I mess with it much. We'll twist it around a little bit and make sure some oil gets on all of it. Of course, you don't watch this pot twist around the same time you try to twist the meat around. There you go. Okay, now you should smell this thing already. It's sort of smell good. We'll see what it looks like. It's been in there about 3 or 4 minutes. See if I can flip it up here a little bit. Yeah, well, it needs to be back down here. Let's stay down in there for a minute or two. gonna grab a pot holder and hold it like this, see if I can spin them around a little bit like that. There you go. Yeah, now. Okay, now I'm gonna see if I can flip it over on the other side here. Yeah, see how that's seared up and everything. That looks nice right there. Now, to be honest with you, I cook some pot roasts from time to time, and to me now, they're just not as good if you don't sear them as they are when you do sear them. Now, you can just throw it in the pot and start cooking it, you know, but to me, I like to sear it on both sides, and I'm even going to try to get in here in a minute with those tongs and try to hold it up so it can sear a little bit on the edges before I actually start the pressure cooking in it. And you'll see those, I hope you can see some of those juices down there in the bottom of that pot. Those look so good. Okay, now I'm going to try to hold it up on the ends here a little bit. Matter of fact, I'll start with the easy one, just let it set up like this. Now you see how red all this is around the edges here? That hot top too, don't let your sun hit it. What we're trying to do is sear all those flavors and juices inside of it so they'll stay inside of it till we get it ready. I'm going to tell you what, this thing starts looking much better. I'm going to take it out and put it on a plate and start eating it. Now this is looking nice right here, and that's the way I like to do it, you know, get it all good and seared all the way around as much as you can. I know you're not going to get it all, and it's not all going to be equal, but you know, you do it as much as you can. You know, move it around a little bit, just pay attention you don't burn yourself. Okay, so it'll sit right there for a minute. Okay, now I'm going to hit the cancel button over here on this Instant Pot and turn the power off. Let it start cooling down a little bit. Now we'll take this out. Let me move the camera so you can see it better. Okay, I'm just going to try to lift this out right here. And put it right here on this plate for the time being. Now, next thing we're going to do, alright, now I've got a little bit over a cup of this beef broth here down in this measuring cup, and we'll dump right in there. Like that. Stir it up a little bit. So good. Alright, now take this little wire trivet here. I don't know where I got it from. I've got so many little wire trivets around here. I don't know where that particular one come from, but it's a nice little trivet. Or a wire rack, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, now we're going to take this good looking piece of beef here, put it right here on this on that little rack. I'm going to put just a little bit of Worcestershire sauce in here. Not a whole lot, because you know Worcestershire sauce goes a whole lot, or a long way. So we don't need much of that in there. Okay, now we're going to put the pressure lid on. If you're not familiar with this pressure lid, this button here is pushed down, and so when you get ready to put it on, when you line your arrows up and set it down, that button pops up back there, and that automatically seals it, so you don't have to worry about if you sealed it or not back here. Because when you put the lid on, that little button's going to pop up and it's sealed. And so you don't have to worry about it. So now we're going to come down here and put hit pressure. And it's on high. That's fine. But the time we're going to push it all the way up to 35 minutes. And then you go hit the start button. Okay, now, as most of you probably know, that, well, if you got pressure cookers, you know, it takes it a while before it ever builds up enough pressure to seal it. And then as soon as it seals it, then it'll start counting down. So we'll be back when that starts, and I'll let you know how long it took. Okay, now the steam's coming up around that little silver valve back there, that button, so got a feeling it's fixing to pop up at any second now. I'll get you so you can see it when it does. And there it came. And so now, you know, it usually takes a couple minutes, and that only took 5 minutes, by the way. Of course, now that pot was already hot. And so now it usually takes a couple more minutes for the thing starts counting down your time here, but it shouldn't take much longer than that. And when it does that, we'll get started with something else. And while you're waiting for that to happen, if you can, join our channel and give us a thumbs up. We sure appreciate it. We sure do appreciate all you people that watches our videos. It means a lot to us. So that didn't take but, you know, 30 or 40 seconds. So now it's counting down to 35 minutes. And so we'll be back in a minute when we get started doing something else. Okay, now here's some of the other ingredients that's going to go in there with it. We got these Dynamic Duo Little Potatoes Company here. And we got these baby carrots here. Cut and peeled baby carrots. That ought to be good. And we got this red onion here I'm fixing to peel. So now let me get started with all that. Okay, on this onion here, I just cut it in half, and then I quartered the 2 halves. So, because I just want big chunks down in there anyway. I'm just going to set them on this plate right over here behind me. Okay, now I'll put me some carrots in here. I want about a pound. So I've got my little scale there set to 0. That's 7 ounces, almost 8. There you go, 16 ounces. So got me a pound of these carrots here. So now we'll wash those off. Okay, now I've got my scale set back to 0 again. I'll put about a pound of these potatoes in here. some red ones and some white ones. Well, that's a pound and 8. So we'll leave it at that. That looks good enough. I'll get these washed off. Okay, now this thing has less than a minute to go here on this first cook, and then we'll go do something else to it. So as soon as it gets to 0, which should be pretty soon now. It should really be pretty soon now, because it's coming right on up, up to 0. Okay, I told you 0 was coming up. Now, we'll just let it sit here and let it rest for about 10 minutes, and it's going to start counting up here. Instead of counting down, it's going to start counting up, I hope, to let us know how long it's been sitting here. And if yours doesn't count up, well, start timing it. You need to let it sit there for about 10 minutes and do a natural release, and then we're going to hit it. Now, a lot of people like to do 15 or 20 minute release. I probably would too, but I'm just impatient. I want to see down in that pot. So 10 minutes is all it's getting. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, now it's just about to hit 10 minutes here. It's not going to be but just a few more seconds. So for you people that's not familiar with this new top, I'm going to put the camera over here so you can see what you have to do to release the pressure on it. Let me see. Can you see that button? Yeah, you can see that button. Can you see that button? Yeah, you can see that button too. All right, now 10 minutes is up, so I'm just going to go back here, and all you got to do is push down on this button right here. Don't touch this metal part up here or back here, either one, because it's hot. So push down on that button, and you see how it just starts releasing when you hit that button there. Now, there wasn't much pressure left in this one because it's been sitting there resting for 10 minutes, so most of it's about gone. So as soon as it finishes and the button drops, we will, oh, well, let's just stay here and watch it, because it can't be many more seconds before it drops. I don't think. There it went. Now we can open this pot and see what's down in there. I'll let you see the same time I do. I hope it's something pretty. I don't want to be embarrassed, you know. So turn it counterclockwise. And just like with all pressure cookers, make sure you turn this thing away from your face and turn it upside down. And carry it over to your sink upside down. Or you'll have a floor full of water. I'm going to tell you right now, folks, that looks delicious right there. I'm going to tell you, that's a pretty piece of meat. Okay, now let's go come over here and dump these onions in here. Just like that. Dump a few of the potatoes in there. Like that. Dump a few of the carrots in. Oh yeah, starting to look better and better. And the rest of the potatoes. The rest of the carrots. All right, now we're going to put the lid back on. Don't forget now, this lid's still hot. Okay, so now you have your lid on, you turn it clockwise so it stops. Okay, now you got to cancel this out, I guess, so you can start over again. Okay, now you come back down here, pressure cook again. And you leave it on high. I'm going to drop down the time on this time. We'll drop it down to 18 minutes. And then we'll hit the start button. Okay, now just like before, it's probably going to take it a couple seconds before it builds up enough pressure to start cooking in there. So we'll be back when it does. Okay, now it's got a little steam coming up around the valve again, around that little button again, so You see it start to move, so it's getting ready to come up and seal again. Now I actually took it just a little bit longer this time for that button to come up, and it still hasn't come up yet, but it's getting ready to. But and no, not yet. It hadn't sealed it yet. It's fixing to. There it went. Now, it actually took about 10 minutes that time. I don't think it cut twice that long the first time. Now, last time it didn't take about 35, maybe 40 seconds for it to start counting down. I don't know if it can do it that fast again with stuff we added into it or not. So let me see, the meat weighs just about 2 1/4 pounds. I got a pound of carrots in there, a pound of potatoes in there, and a large onion in there. That might be enough for me and Kay for dinner. I don't know, we'll see. If it ever starts counting down so we can finish it. Okay, and there it goes now. You know, we got 18 minutes. In 18 minutes, we're going to be getting real close to eating here. So, we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back down under a minute on this thing again, so it's not be long before it'll be time to cut into this nice piece of beef here and see just what we've got. So this time I'm not going to let it have a slow release or a rest. As soon as it hits down to 0, we'll go ahead and release the pressure on it. See what we come up with in this pot here, which should be coming up pretty soon now. And there it goes. Now let's move back over here again. Hit this button. Let that steam take off out of there. Okay, now it's only been releasing for about 2 minutes now, but I can tell this pin's about ready to drop because it's, and there it went, because there was no more noise or steam coming out. So we're going to turn it counterclockwise, just like before. Turn it up and away from your face. And oh boy, that looks good. Now let's see what we got over here. Oh yeah, see this fork right here. Oh yeah, yep, right through there. Now, have a good looking onion on that beef. Now this fork just about falls through that beef just like it does the rest of the stuff. Now next thing we'll do is try to pick that beef up out there and put it on this plate with my handy dandy tongs here. Oh yeah, that's beautiful right there. Look at that. Well, you can't look at it if I don't put it over here where you can you? Now look at that piece of meat right there now. Look at that fork, it just dives right down in there. Now you can cook this, if you wanted to cook this where it was just falling apart, you could go ahead and add another 10 minutes on the initial cook and cook it for 45 to 50 minutes. But I like mine so you can slice it a little bit. But you know, to each their own. So if you want it to be falling off more, just cook it longer to start with. Now we'll see if I can get this rack out over here, then I'll scoop the veggies out. Okay, now I got my slotted spoon here. Start scooping these all out, putting them around on this plate. Okay, now let me get off just a little bitty piece here so I can taste it. Doesn't that look good? Okay folks, that's about it for this little video. That is delicious and tender. Those carrots almost taste like somebody poured sugar over top of them. They're so sweet and good. And of course, the potatoes and onions are tender and cooked up. So, till next time, I hope you watch more of our videos and come back and see us real soon. And if you can, give us a thumbs up and join our channel. We sure would appreciate it. And so, till next time, y'all have a real good and safe day. And we'll see you soon, I hope. Goodbye now.